Call this meeting to order. Ms. Leslie, please call the roll.
Tony Casada.
Here.
Kimberly Nguyen. Here. John Daniel.
Here.
Dennis Smith.
Here.
Mike Meyer.
Here. I'll lead the invocation. Tony, will you lead the pledge? Please join me. Lord, please watch over us tonight. Give us wisdom and help us to do the best for this city and for the thing that pleases you. We pray all this in your holy name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There's something that's not on the agenda. We have to add it. It's the first of the year. We have to confirm the chairperson. It's always hard for me because I want to let y'all know that I like doing the job. I will continue to do it, but if you want somebody else to do it, speak up. Okay, well then do I have, anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion,
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay,
for 2026.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And what do you call it?
Can we
Abstain.
extend that to more than 1 year?
Well, what happened was I called because the commission's terms changed to 4,
Right.
right? So I called to find out if our terms had changed to 4. They have not. There's still 2.
Well, what would we
I don't know. Years ago, it used to be, we do it every 2 years. When Roy was here, I know we didn't do it every year. And then after Roy left and I was here for a few years, we didn't do it every year. It was for the term. And now all of a sudden, we're doing it every year again.
I can go back and look and see, maybe there's a change in the ordinance that, usually they have like organizational meetings every year or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the second year anyway.
This is the second year of the term. Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate y'all's confidence very much.
No pay raise.
No, I heard I was getting a raise.
You get 100% raise, 100%,
That's right.
100%, there you go.
still nothing.
All right,
Mr. Chairman,
let's,
we also need to vote on the vice chair.
I'm sorry?
We also need to vote on
Oh,
the
the
vice chair.
vice chair, thank you, vice chair. Dennis, you're the vice chair.
I make a motion, we keep Dennis as the vice
Oh,
chair.
who said-
I make a motion, Dennis, take the vice chair for 2026.
I'll second it then.
Okay.
Who seconded it? I'm sorry, who seconded?
All in
John?
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, John. All opposed, say nay.
You get a pay raise too.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's right.
Looking forward to that.
In the minutes, did y'all have a chance to look them over? Any additions, deletions, corrections? No? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
You can make a motion to approve the minutes as
Do I
read.
have a second?
Second.
Motion is seconded, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. All righty. I think that takes us to you, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Chairman, Board. This evening, we are here to consider adding uses to the Marina Grand residential-based mixed-use plan unit development. The location is at 235 Riverside Drive, and as everyone knows, we have there a development that consists of condominiums, 2 high-rise towers, but also out front is a retail building that has always been part of the Marina Grand development. So what we're going to consider this evening is just the retail portion, just the retail building that is out front, but attached to the entire Marina Grand development. So on May 24th of 2022, there was an 8th amendment to the Marina Grand residential-based mixed-use PUD. And what it did is it approved an upscale restaurant bistro at the south end of the retail strip and a cafe on the north end. And in between, it allowed interior personal storage units. And those units initially were going to be offered for the storage to the Marina Grand residents. Now, since the approval of the Eighth Amendment, the cafe has been added to the north end unit. Don't know if anyone had an opportunity to go out there and see the new coffee shop. But it was very, very, very nice coffee shop there. And the storage units have also been created. However, the south end unit has remained vacant, and this is despite efforts of the previous owner to lease the space to a tenant who would establish an upscale restaurant bistro, and the current owner has not located someone who would be able to put in an upscale bistro either. So, additionally, the intention for the storage spaces, keep in mind, has been to gradually convert them to retail uses as the need and the opportunity to do so arose. But those opportunities to convert the storage uses to active retail spaces just have not really opened up. And storage was never really considered an ideal use for those spaces. So in order to increase opportunities for the south end unit to be occupied and the conversion of the storage spaces to more active community uses, the property owner, who's a new owner, they're requesting that the following uses be permitted in these spaces. So what this amendment, remember, originally we were looking at just retail uses. So these would be additional uses that would be allowed out at the Marina Grand, basically retail strip center. An attorney's office, CPA and accounting offices, dental offices, chiropractic medical office and med spas, medical doctor's offices, and also their related activities such as consultations and assessments, physiotherapy, adjustments, soft tissue treatments, decompressions, hot-cold therapy, infrared therapy, foot detox, body detox. There's a list of medical-related items that are in your staff report, such as trigger point therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, hydrotherapy. So I haven't hit all of them, but suffice it to say they're all related to medical uses. So these types of uses, being medical in nature, were not originally approved as uses within the PD, since the PD allowed retail uses. So these are clearly additional personal services, professional services uses that would be allowed now out at the Marina Grand Retail Center. Some additional permitted uses would be things such as pet grooming, an oxygen bar, gym and fitness facility, ice cream, frozen yogurt shop, deli sandwich shop, pizzeria, wine bar, shipping store, UPS store, hair, barber, nail salon, cigar lounge, jet ski rentals, dry cleaning, drop-off and pickup services, hair, barber, and nail services. Some of these, someone would look at and say, well, those are retail uses, and perhaps so, and maybe the argument could be made that some of these uses would have been allowed anyway, but we wanted, because this is a planned development and an amendment, we wanted to specifically get clearly stated what those uses would be. Some of them are not retail uses, such as a pet groomer or an oxygen bar. So these needed to specifically be stated. But a yogurt shop probably would have been allowed anyway, but we wanted to just get it down. The applicant is also asking for permission to place a sign on the building in order to advertise their storage business. This request came about after the agenda was done, and so they're asking that the board consider it. Really, one of the things that the applicant, and the applicant can talk to you more about it, is as they've gone around, really, the center there is known as, the dead strip center. That's when he's going around talking to people. And so really to get the place livened up, it needs signage. It needs to appear that there are things going on, that it's lively. And so while the idea is to still convert the storage to retail uses, and the applicant can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's only about 40% or so of the storage units are actually being used by Marina Grand residents. So it's been almost 4 years, and the majority of the storage is still just not being utilized. So they're asking for permission to be able to place a sign on the building to advertise the storage. The reason why this is an issue is because the Eighth Amendment, the prior amendment, specifically prohibited the advertising of the storage business, and that was because, for two reasons. One, we wanted the focus to be on getting the cafe or the bistro. That's happened, and we thought that these units were all going to be used up by Marina Grand residents. That just has not occurred. So the circumstances have changed, times are different, and so the request is coming back now to basically remove that prohibition. In considering whether or not to approve the applicant's request, the commission is going to have to consider whether or not the request is consistent with the policies of the city's comprehensive plan, and in particular, policy 1.1.2, that addresses what can be permitted under the property's residential-based mixed-use land use, and that policy is stated in your staff report. It doesn't specifically mention the additional uses requested. So this board and the commission are left to your judgment as to whether or not the additional proposed uses are consistent with the residential-based mixed-use land use. However, it's staff's judgment that the proposed uses are consistent with the portion of the policy that says complementary commercial and other non-residential land uses portion of the stated land use. So therefore, staff is recommending that the city commission adopt the ordinance to amend the Marina Grand residential-based mixed-use plan unit development to add the additional uses as proposed in the Ninth Amendment, but also to include permission to place a sign on the building in order to advertise their storage business. And this would be for the retail spaces only, located at 235 Riverside Drive, parcel 533734060014. And that concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you. Is there someone that's going to speak for Marina Grand? For the... Tell us who you are and where you're from.
Well, my name is Frank Lapolis. I'm Frank Lapolis. I live in Daytona Beach currently. I'm from New York. I just moved in about 4 or 5 years ago. Sold the business up there. I came down here and I purchased the building at 235 Riverside Drive.
Okay.
It's just my wife and I. We're not a big company. We're just a mop pop. We had a mop pop up there, sold it, and now we have a mop pop down here a little closer to home. Anyways, many of you know, Brian already said, the building sat largely unused, except for the one real estate office that had in there that was primarily just the real estate office to sell the condos. Mm-hmm. And, well, now that's been gone for a year, and there's been nothing in there. Everyone's been promised a high-end this and a high-end that, and I can assure you that that's what I want to do. There's definitely more money in retail than there is in storage, and I'd like to ultimately phase that out. I was attracted to the place because of the storage, because I had a storage business up there, and then, of course, you sell it. If any of you are familiar with the 1031, I bought a storage business down here. But ultimately, I would like to get that south unit rented. I've tried to get bistro, Italian restaurant kind of thing. I've tried a few different places, and I've come across what Brian got it from me, actually, because that's what I hear. I hear people say it all the time. Where's this place again? And I'll give them the directions, and You can't miss it. Mason's, I didn't even know the name of the street was Bridge. I thought it was Mason Street Bridge. So I'm like, you go to Mason Street, and then before you go to the bridge, just look to the left, you'll see the tower. And they all know it. Oh, yeah, I know that place. Yeah, all the big, beautiful towers right on the water. Yeah, that's the one. What's wrong with that place in the front? Well, that's the place I'm trying to rent. What's wrong with it? How come no one's ever done anything? It's been there for years, and there's never been, it's like a dead strip mall. Is there something wrong with the building? No, nothing's wrong with the building. It was, I only owned it a short time, and you know, in the short time that I've owned it, I would love for anybody to come on down and check out the coffee shop. It's pretty amazing. He's done a great job. Leslie knows. It's pretty nice, and Brian knows too. He's had a great grand opening, and it's just a wonderful time. But so it's really a nice high-end place. I followed through with the previous owner's promise, but I'm having a little tough time with the second part of his promise on the south end. I think that, you know, business breeds business, and if I can get a business in there, and I'm not like losing, you know, hope for the bistro. I'm still working on it. But I've got other people who are interested in not bistro, and I think that I could get somebody on there like a bistro if I had maybe somebody else in it. You know, the more you have, the more you get. Business breeds business. Activity breeds activity. You know, someone's going to come for coffee, they're going to see something else, and they might want to go down and, hey, you know what? I'm going to get a slice of pizza for later. And you know, business breeds business. And I think that you know, I think whatever we do there, it's going to be nice. It's going to be high end. And you know, the way the building was built, it's hollowed out now, but in the back, it's like, you know, all the plumbing is set up, and really all you got to do is build a wall, and then you have a whole other set of doors and a whole other store. So ultimately, I would like to have a really nice high-end strip mall there. I think it would be just what Holly Hill needs, and I think I mean, it could be the crown jewel of this town, and it's just sitting there like the vacant strip mall that it is, and it's not, and that's the reason why I need the signage. You know, I made a decision to do that, you know, at least pending your approvals. And so when I rented the units, I've been renting them from the north side of the building, working my way toward the south side of the building. So the north side's kind of full, and the south side's kind of empty, with the exception of one or two people who were there before I got there. And so that'll make it an easy transition if there ever gets to be another store that I could, you know, come before you again, and we'll divide that up, and we'll get the next one in. So we're really like that. Brian mentioned some of the uses that we're, you know, going to do. I think it's going to be a real positive impact on the community, especially, you know, like something like the Wellness Center. And I don't have anything concrete yet, but that's a draw. People come for that. You know, there's not a lot of, you know, trial, I don't know what they're called, but there's chambers, there's oxygen chambers. There's not a lot of places around. So I just think it would be a good fit for the community. And I'm not saying that in general. There's just anything you could get in there, so they'll bring more. Just to see what other things I want to hit on here. Well, our goal is to come up and to do a nice high-end thing. Any
You
questions?
can stop talking anytime. You don't have to keep talking. It's okay.
I'm done.
Right?
Okay.
Wait, stop.
Wait.
There may be some questions.
Okay.
Okay, then you can talk some more.
Any questions?
Questions? Yeah, go, John.
I have a question. Is the ultimate goal to be no storage and all retail?
That would be a fantastic goal. That would be the ultimate goal. But like I said, I'm not a big giant company, and you know, this is all my eggs are in this basket. I don't have another basket, so I got to keep it making money. And right now, the storage I'm at 40%, which isn't really great. I may be 39 or something. It's just hovering around 40. But I bought it at 7%, so 40% a year. I'm doing okay, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I really don't think I haven't gotten a new customer in months because, again, no one knows I'm there. It's amazing that people live there and they don't know it's there. They don't know it's there. It's just they drive by it and they go to their thing and they don't know. No one knows.
One more question, see what.
Sure.
The sign that Brian shot us a picture of had storage, didn't have anything about retail. Or did I miss something?
That it's only to advertise the
The
storage.
request is to advertise the storage.
So there's not going to be a retail space available or anything like
Well, I
that?
got that hanging out. This big giant
The
banner.
retail
Oh, it's already there?
shop has.
For the rest of
one
them?
sign. Looks like another sign's on its way.
Yeah, so right now the coffee shop, Doc Alchemy has a sign. Now, he's gonna increase some of his services that he's gonna offer. So he's gonna be selling some of the things, and he's gonna put another little sign up next to his sign show him some of the services that he can offer. So it'll give the appearance from the road that there's 2 stores, which is very, very nice. And I wanted to just pile on that and give it the appearance that there's 3 stores by putting 3 signs in a row. And then, God willing, hopefully soon, we'll have something on the south end, and I'll have 4 signs on the building. Then I'll look like, hey, something's finally happening. Even though it won't look like a fully full strip mall, it looks like someone's finally doing something with that strip mall. And so I'm thinking that's, where we need to go. And that's my main reason I'd really like the sign, because ultimately I would like to phase the storage out and get some nice shops in there. And I think we can get some real nice shops in there, but you gotta get one in there, more than a coffee shop. The coffee shop ain't gonna make it on its own. I mean, it can, but it'll be tight. I just think we need to get somebody else in there and quick as I can, and any traffic, because any traffic, even if they're not traffic for the coffee shop, they're traffic and you're gonna see it and they're gonna stop. So I just think we need.
Yes, ma'am.
Kind of lost me on the signs. So are there any signs that are advertising that there's that retail space is available?
Yes.
There is a sign.
I have a banner, just a banner between 2 of the, the columns out front.
Okay.
So I got a big banner, it's probably,
Okay.
I'd say half the size of this room at least, from the corner to that flag, the end of the flag, and it's a big banner, probably 4 feet, 5 feet high. And it's just renting, retail space available. It has a phone number on it.
The sign question is just for the sign to advertise the
The
storage.
storage.
Right, because no one knows the storage place is there.
The only reason he has to ask for that is because the Eighth Amendment specifically prohibited advertising storage. So in essence, what he's saying, we need to remove the prohibition to advertise storage. Any other type of business that would be permitted would normally have the signage that's normally allowed. It's just the Eighth Amendment specifically prohibited advertising for storage, because as Brian explained, the intent was that at least initially, it would be offered to the Marina Grand residents, and everybody believed the Marina Grand residents would fully occupy the storage unit. And the Eighth Amendment limits the amount of square footage that can be devoted to storage to 9,500 square feet. So no more than that can be devoted to storage.
I'm kind of handcuffed in a way, because they all know. They're not coming down and store their stuff in the
Right.
and I can't let anybody think, that I'm there. So,
And it doesn't prohibit him from renting to the public storage units. It prohibits him from advertising to the public. It just says it has to be offered initially to the Marina Grand residents. The initial belief was that the Marina Grand residents, given how many are there, would fully utilize up that storage. And that didn't materialize.
I've been very aggressive too, as far as getting them to the store. I've given them specials where, in fact, it's not even a special anymore, it's just like, just do it. And anybody who rents somewhere else, I'll move you for free. I'll do it for any of you too, actually. I'll move you for free. I'll do it, I got a pickup truck and a guy that helps me, and I pay him for a day or 2 days or 3 days, whatever it is. And I'll move you there. And that's how I picked up, actually, a customer last month, and we still got to move him yet. He's got 3 storage units in Orlando that we're going to be moving closer to him here. But and that's going to take a week of my life, but I'm doing it because I'm going to get 3 customers out of it. It's one guy, but it's 3 units. So I'm aggressively trying, and I just need that little one shackle. Any other questions?
Go, Tom.
Brian, we had 2 great business people here 4 years ago that sold me on it. Is with the Pagano,
Panaggio.
Yeah,
and the second one,
Terrace.
Tarek,
Take Nemo.
Tarek Nemo.
Does he own all Florida?
All Florida storage?
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Well, they had me sold. When they were talking to us, it sounded like every one of those people were fighting over who was going to get the last one. Okay?
That's what I remember.
Put a very bad taste in my mouth for the last 4 years.
You made it sound that way to me too.
But I didn't know what was going on in there, because you can't tell from the outside.
That's right, you can't.
What really got me was, he told us he had a coffee shop and a bistro. Done, no problem. Hey, where do I sign? You're in.
I understand. And-
Mike.
And like I said, I
Wait. No.
Oh, go ahead.
You done?
Go ahead, John.
No, I was going to say,
We could,
yeah, no, I was going to say, I was on a commission and I fell for it too. We voted for it and we were kind of like
got
hoodwinked.
these
Yeah,
stuff off.
that's why I said when I heard this before, I heard about the
have I
new owner.
stock in this?
What's that?
Can I buy stock in it?
Order,
Yeah.
Sounded like-
order, please,
Yeah.
order.
I hear you.
Let's get back on track,
Yeah, no,
all right? The past is past.
no, I know, I hear you.
Those things happened. We could have had 100 people in here tonight, thank God we
Right,
didn't.
Very lucky.
So, all right, we're done, all right? We appreciate you. You can sit down now.
Thank you very much.
Please sit down
I can
now.
also show you that.
I have some technical questions for you, Brian, before we move on. These things that are to be allowed, they're defined, are they specific and there's no additions? Now, we can't, meaning there can't be a pot dealer over there or only, so it's only these, it's the ones that are specifically stated in this amendment? That's my question.
The ones that are specifically stated, and if someone came with a retail use that was something that was in harmony with the nature of it, then we could probably allow it. I'll give you an example. Instead of an ice cream shop or a yogurt shop, a person came and they wanted to do a bakery, sell cakes and cookies. That might be something that we could look at and say, well, that's close enough to the nature of what is happening, rather than make them come back and do a major amendment. But to come in and say, we want to do, a pot dealership, or we want to come in and put in a 7-Eleven, or those things they change the nature of the plan development to such a degree that we wouldn't be able to approve them at the staff level for that. And then, if a person disagrees with staff's interpretation, there's a method in the code whereby they can come to you as the Board of Planning and Appeals and say, hey, we talked to Brian, we want to do this, he doesn't know what he's talking about, we disagree with him, we want your opinion. So that's how we approach things. If they're very, very close in nature, which if it came before me and person said, I don't want to do an ice cream shop, I want to do a cookie shop, I would probably say it's close enough.
I thought I saw somewhere in your convenience store, but I can't find it again, and I didn't.
Convenience store was initially requested by the applicant, and
In the
it
application.
was in the application.
Ah, that's where I saw it. Right.
But staff,
I saw it somewhere.
we removed it because we felt it was it was too vague, too inclusive. The convenience store, I could get somebody to come in and say, I want to do a 7-Eleven at Marina Grand, and I don't want to deal with that.
Okay.
So,
All right, thank you.
yes.
Is there anyone here else that would like to speak in favor? Come on. You have 2 minutes, by the way. Yeah. He got more because he owns the place.
So Brian and...
What's your name and where are you from?
Rick Durgan, I'm with Holly Hill. I actually live in Marina Grand.
Okay.
I also have some history of the past if you want some information on that. I almost bought the building before Tarek and Mike did. I was very much involved with a lot of that conversation. I actually know about the bistro.
All right, but we're talking tonight about this.
But with
Thank
this,
you.
with this said right here, the reality is zoning and PUDs have to meet reality. And the reality is that, and Kim, you're in the real estate business, you know this. I mean, if people are not knocking down your door to rent what you have available in PUD, you have to adjust it, has to make sure it enhances the community, right? It enhances the property values and it provides service. That's what this does. Honestly, right now there's a sign and then the building to lease. That could be easily changed if the PUD changes to go into Crexy and LoopNet and other things like that, which I own a brokerage, so we can actually do that for him and get it advertised out there and possibly get this thing filled a little faster. The coffee shop took a brave approach and opened up with nobody there. And he's doing okay, but he's not making money, obviously.
Right.
And we're hoping to get more volume in that parking lot to make that more money and make it successful. Because the one thing that's even worse than an empty building forever is to have one that was filled and then empty, right? Because now it looks like it can't survive. It cannot,
Right.
Some of you have own businesses, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The reality is, we have to try to make this successful. To do that, we need to have opportunities with people that are willing to rent it. For example, if you approve this, I'm probably going to consider renting something there, right? And then we're also going to advertise to have other people rent it there. That will breed success in the area, activity. That traffic, if you guys haven't seen it, it's unbelievable. It's going by there. I mean, with the traffic that's building up from Beach Street building, and that's just going to improve with that complex that's going up. So I think at this time, you know, I know there's going to be some feedback on some of the negatives of the residents, but at the end of the day, this is an absolute positive for Holly Hill and for Bernie Graham. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
All right? Thank you.
Appreciate it. You want to speak, Ken?
Can I ask Brian a quick question
Sure.
before Jim steps
Yes,
up?
ma'am.
Brian, the sign that they'd like to put up a sign advertising self-storage. Does that have to go up on that building? Can it go out front? I went down there today. Is there room between their driveway and a sidewalk for signage or no?
Right now, we're just looking at what he's proposing, and what he's proposing is one on the building.
Okay.
So that's what he would be allowed to
The
do.
coffee shop signs, that's gonna be dynamite. You get two more down at the other end. I just, that sign that I seen on the email today, if it was out front instead of up on the building.
Yeah.
Just a
Well,
question.
so we don't have anything specific where we say that it has to go on the bill. Can he do a monument sign? If he meets the code, then he can do a monument sign. Remember, what we're doing is we're asking simply that you remove the prohibition on storage, advertising for storage. Once you remove that prohibition, he can advertise for storage in all of the ways that he could advertise for the coffee shop or any other type of shop. But the only one that he's asking for now is on the building. Does that mean that you won't see a monument sign 3 years from now? No, it does not.
But he used that I understand he used that as an example,
Yes.
right? Because the question is, can we remove the exclusion? Can we, that's what we're being asked to do,
And the exclusion only applies to
to the one thing.
self-storage.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's one, this is very, very focused, one item as far as the sign goes. All the other stuff here, that's new, that's big, that's different, right? But that's why, that was the application where I read the convenience store and it, you know, sent my, ding, what, convenience store?
Right.
Okay, all righty. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for it? Jim, you'd like to? Tell us who you are and where you're from.
Thank you, Mike. I'm Jim Cameron Consulting, 1200 Center Street, here in Holly Hill. But, look, guys, I was here, Chamber of Commerce back in the days, when the whole Marina Grand development was going up. Who was it? Brett Dill, what was that, 20-something years or so ago? And we had high hopes for that Chamber of Commerce, which, you know, I'm glad it's developed where it has. But this strip out front, though, I mean, it needs tenants in there, and it's got great potential. It really does. And we were talking about this Chamber of Commerce back in those days. That said, like I said, I want y'all to hold Frank's feet to the fire on this. I mean, because I'm going to, if I'm going to speak to this, I mean, I want to hold him, you know, to make him accountable on this. I want to do everything I can to get that place, you know, occupied as well, because it does have the potential. Right here in the center of, you know, the Halifax area, great location. That said, Brian, I don't know, you maybe know this. I don't know if this is something Becky Leggett could work on, maybe getting tenants in there, bringing in new businesses. Would this be a good location for something she could work
She
on?
certainly could do whatever she's able to do in terms of, you know, helping to steer potential folks to that building. Also, he's eligible for grants, sign grants, and things of that nature, so Becky Leggett would be involved in that as well.
I mean, I'm really high on Becky Leggett. I mean, I think she's doing a good job. So again, I think it's got great potential, and your support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Is there anyone here who would like to speak against this project? I can't believe we Marina Grand something and no one here.
I'm shocked.
Well, we did have the doors locked. You have a question for Brian?
Is that in the CRA too?
Yeah, it's in the CRA.
The, half the towers, or the first phase of Marina Grand was, if they were to build the next phase to the north, that is not.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right. Well, I would entertain a motion, and you said, some woman said approve. We don't approve anything. We recommend to the commission. Right. So the commission makes the decision. We just tell them whether we think it's a good idea or not, or how we would like to see it changed to make it a good idea, or it's not a good idea. Any of those three things. Also, we can do this in, Brian and I talked about this earlier today, we can do this in one motion, if the sign and the total amendment, right? Or we can separate the sign out and make a sign recommendation and do the other amendment first, just the one without the sign. So I'll go either way on this. Is that good with you, Scott? 'Cause
Yeah, I would, you could combine them together, and if for some reason it doesn't pass as combined together, then you could break them out separately and see, then you identify which one is the reason it
What's the
didn't pass.
problem? Okay, all right. Well, in that case, I would entertain a motion to recommend to the city commission that they adopt the ordinance meeting the Marina Grand residential-based mixed-use planned unit development, MPUD, to add additional uses as proposed in the Ninth Amendment for the retail spaces only, located at 235 Riverside Drive, parcel number 533734060014, and to remove the storage sign exclusion from the Eighth Amendment. Is that,
That's
did I
good.
say that right?
That's good enough.
Okay. All right. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I have the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I've got 3 seconds. Okay.
Which one are we going to take?
Need a vote.
Dennis was first, I looked at him. Is there any discussion? Please call the question.
Tony?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Motion carries. I understand this is going to the commission on the 13th, next week, right?
Yes.
Early next week, okay.
You okay with
All right.
13?
Well, I think this is a good thing for the city. I think this, I'm in total agreement with all that, with everything that was said here tonight. Let's move on down the agenda. Ordinances. What's the ordinances, Ryan?
I'm sorry?
It says number 7 ordinances, I'm seeing.
Next agenda item? There's no mention out of that.
I'm not aware.
Okay. Old business?
No old business.
No old business? Any communications? Anything we need to know coming up?
No, not at this time.
All right. Anybody want to go home?
Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Requires no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor, say no, or stay here. Okay, we're done. I can't believe it. I came here.
Oh, I figured we'd be 8 o'clock.
To the prohibition,
Delete that part.
delete the prohibition, but also delete
Anytime we
the
have
part that says
something.
that it was first.
It says
that create
Marina Grand on it, my gosh.
Yes.
There's going to be a whole bunch of people that don't want it to happen.
Yeah, where are all the pitchforks?
So that's why I was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I didn't want to raise it during
I
the
can't
meeting.
believe it.
Everybody have a great week.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
There was a couple left.
Oh.
You, Tony. The very, your,
Like Mike says, we don't want to pass it along.
yes, okay. That's what you were working on.
I know. And is that,
Let's hope. New vigor, new vigor.
and you know,
Nice to meet
there's
you.
so many of them. There's so many.
You know, it's funny.
Right?
I don't think Brian was here. I might be one of the only